Hello everyone, it is day 13 of my trip to the UK, November 7th, and this morning I am in Weston-super-Mare, staying with my friends Anthony and Crina Garnon. I had gotten to meet Anthony in person for the first time 12 days ago when I went to MCM Comic-Con in London. We first met via email when he reached out and connected me with Taraquis Distributors, which led to me writing a short story, The Edge of Oblivion, for their unofficial 1997 annual, which he also wrote for, and I interviewed him about that back in November of 2022. I woke up at 8 in the morning.
Hello everyone, it is November 7th, if you can believe it.
And I started the day with a cup of some special tea. It's a blend that commemorates 30 years of Wallace and Gromit. Anthony was super kind and took the day off to show me around.
Just been in Scarborough.
Wow, look at that.
But the ocean is ahead.
Wow.
Anthony is, of course, referencing the trek I made from Scarborough to Weston-super-Mare just the day before. Not many people can say that they've seen the ocean from Scarborough one day and then seen it from Weston-super-Mare the very next. I spotted a sign for the estate agent Saxons, and I immediately thought of the recurring Vote Saxon sign seen throughout Doctor Who Series 3. Anthony and I were on the hunt to find me one of the brand new Doctor Who action figure sets exclusive to B&M.
Welcome to the vlog! You're just taking me now to B&M, and we're gonna see if there's any of the new sets there. I'm so excited. Cannot wait.
Fingers crossed.
Let's see.
I took a moment to reflect on the many videos I'd seen of Doctor Who fans in the UK searching B&M shelves for Doctor Who action figures, and here I was doing the same thing. And lo and behold, we spotted the History of the Daleks number 16/17 set.
You've found one of the 3 sets.
Yes.
We still need to find Remembrance with the Daleks and the Time Lords.
Wow.
This is part of the thrill of living
So
in the
exciting. Oh my gosh. Because see, there's no B&Ms in the US.
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. Although you have
This is-
B&N, don't you? Which is different, but Barnes & Noble.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Sometimes what people do is they do hide.
That's
They
come
do
back
sets.
later.
Yeah, so it was quite common to find, there was one particular set last year that was not very popular, and they would hide the other ones in there.
That's a bucket list item checked off.
Passing by the candy aisle, Anthony spotted a Dane caramel latte bar, which he used to love eating growing up. He bought it for me, so of course I had to do a taste test.
That's what it looks like. Oh wow, it's crunchy. That's nice. Got some caramel. Oh, that's lovely. I like that.
Next up for us was the local W.H. Smith's to see if we could find any of the latest issues of Doctor Who magazine. And immediately we spotted the SFX Doctor Who special magazine.
Oh, look at that. The Doctor Who special. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Oh, yep. They've got the latest. I already got that one. That's so cool.
This is a big deal to have one of these in W.H.
Yeah.
Smith.
I can't tell you how many stores I've gone to the magazine section of and just not found Doctor Who there.
Also, there's a really, really nice...
There was also a beautiful issue of Starburst with a Doctor Who cover.
Oh my goodness. I gotta get that.
This one, however, was creased, so Anthony advised me to get one when we reached Cardiff. As we pass a section of the store, Anthony shows me where back in the day you would have seen issues of Doctor Who The Complete History on display on the end shelves.
And this is the section you would have been able to get Doctor Who Adventures.
Sadly, both are no longer in circulation. With my Doctor Who themed issue of SFX new in hand, Anthony and I left W.H. Smith's, and not 2 minutes down the road, we came across a local tourist attraction called the Spire. Unlit at this time of day, it packs more of a visual punch at night, nonetheless impressive in stature during the day. It wasn't the only eye-catching piece of art. Nearby was a mural of a chicken that appeared to be staring into my very soul. Right nearby the Spire is Winnie's Bakery, which Anthony made sure we stopped at to pick out one of the many delicious options they had to choose from. Anthony recommended that I get some of the bread
pudding. Ooh.
which was indeed incredible.
It reminds me of fruitcake. A little bit. But nicer because there's more bread to it.
With that treat putting me in the right frame of mind, we then continued our journey and stopped just a very short way down the road at M&T Games and Collectibles, which was just 1 minute down the street. Inside had no shortage of collectible merchandise, statues, figurines, and while the huge number of Stargate DVDs they had was impressive, it was a single DVD all by its lonesome that stood out to me. In the US, this movie is called Dead Men Tell No Tales, but here it was titled Salazar's Revenge. As ever though, it was the Doctor Who merchandise we were on the lookout for, and we found an assortment of action figures, but I didn't see anything that tempted me out of window shopping. Then we came to our next stop, again a short distance down the road, the Imaginarium. We spotted a Doctor Who graphic novel and TARDIS in display on the window, a vintage poster hanging on the wall as you come in of Absalom Doc, a Doctor Who comic book character famous for hunting Daleks with a chainsaw. Immediately, the orange skateboard of a logo that is the RTD1 era of Doctor Who called out to us from a lineup of paperback books on the shelf, one of which Anthony had to share some of his thoughts on.
No, this, I think it's one of the best Doctor Who novels that I've ever read.
Further notable finds included a Paradigm Drone Dalek and a Hoix action figure, a large collection of Star Trek graphic novels, and a wall of graphic novels, many of which were Titan Doctor Who graphic novels. But what caught my eye was not beautifully displayed on the wall, instead inside an unassuming ragged-edged cardboard box, which housed a stack of vintage Doctor Who magazines, two of which caught my eye. One was issue 145 of Doctor Who magazine, which was still sealed. Anthony tried to find me an issue with a comic strip featuring Beep the Meep, but this selection didn't prove fruitful. The second magazine I got was a Colin Baker souvenir magazine from 1996 that I'd never ever seen before. Something else I'd never seen before was this framed picture of a Cyberman in between takes for Doctor Who, and there were also some Dalek and Cybermen t-shirts. Rather appropriately for our future plans for the day, the Imaginarium also had a poster for the Weston Museum Doctor Who art exhibit. Looking for all that Doctor Who merchandise worked up an appetite, so Anthony took me to Christopher's House of Chocolate.
Oh my goodness.
All the chocolates are made there. You'll see on the back it will say made in Weston-super-Mare.
I loved seeing that they had vegan chocolate, so I could get some for my dad and my sister, as well as many kinds of milk chocolate. They had flavors as familiar as raspberry and as inventive as banana and custard. If you needed to stay awake, they also had espresso and cappuccino. After stocking up on some chocolate, it was time to walk to the Weston Museum. At the time, the Weston Museum was housing the Adventures in Time and Space art exhibit from October 21st, 2023 to January 27th, 2024. The exhibit moves around to different locations, so be sure to search for it to see if it's moved to a location near you.
So here I am, oh my gosh, behind me, the Weston Museum, where they have, for a brief time, their Doctor Who art exhibit. And I think there's even, if you follow me, something Doctor Who related on the wall. So I really can't wait. I can't wait.
Immediately, we were greeted by a Doctor Who themed gift shop with tons of books on Doctor Who art. I saw on display a Doctor Who art calendar for 2024 that was signed by Andrew Skilleter, and on a hunch, Anthony and I asked if any of the ones they were selling were also signed, and indeed they were. Speaking of surprises,
there's a surprise at the entrance of the museum that I have not seen yet, and I've just been told about, so we're going to record my reaction to it. So let's go.
Close your eyes.
So Anthony led me by hand through the gift shop to the exterior of the exhibit, where I was shown an excellent surprise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look at this. There's a Cyberman here to convert me. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Where's the price tag? How do I buy it?
The Cyberman was an excellent greeter and particularly insistent that we check out the exhibit or be converted to join the cyber cause. The exhibit was amazing. I could have spent all day, every day of the exhibit exploring the incredible Doctor Who art. To be in the presence of original artwork, of merchandise that has graced the shelves of Doctor Who fans for 6 decades felt almost hallowed. To see the walls adorned with Whovian history was incredible. incredible. Each section arranged by Doctor chronologically. Here's a list on screen of the artists whose work is represented in this exhibition. What incredible, incredible artists, all of them. Here's a list of private lenders who have generously contributed to the exhibition. And here's a list of people and organizations who assisted in facilitating loans of the artwork and gave advice. There were so many different types of artwork: target novelization, covers, comics, VHS covers, annuals, big finish covers, and so much more by talented artists whose names I'd seen so many times before. To see the sizes and colors with your own eyes was incredible. I had to get a picture of the lineup of Doctors by Lee Sullivan that graced a wall framed by cover upon cover of Doctor Who comics, one of which we spotted had Beep the Meep. There was an incredible display in the center that showcased Doctor Who merchandise, especially target novelizations and Doctor Who VHS tapes. The opening section showcased 1960s Doctor Who artwork for the first and second Doctors. This next section showed 1970s artwork for the third and fourth Doctors. This next section showed 1980s artwork for the fifth, sixth, and seventh Doctors. Then we come to the new era, which covers the 8th Doctor, 9th Doctor, 10th Doctor, 11th Doctor, 12th Doctor, and 13th Doctor. Now we come to the future section with the 14th and 15th Doctors. And as much as I wanted to stay in the art exhibit all day, Anthony and I had huge plans to visit Doctor Who filming locations in Cardiff, and we were losing daylight, so we had to get moving.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel. Now,
don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel. You know it makes sense.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel.
Hello.